Do you feel the vibes?
What's up, YouTube? It's Carolina Calvin. In this video, I wanted to pose a question, and if you know what player I'm already talking about, you've seen the thumbnail, obviously you know what I'm talking about in the title. Has Westbrook been stat padding this season? Now, Russell Westbrook is currently now averaging a triple double. I believe it's a 30-point triple double. So the guy's been balling. If you look at the numbers, you really can't take anything away from him. But there were some things I did want to talk about, and then I hear a lot of people, kind of talking about his triple double numbers, and how he's getting them. Obviously, it's great play by him, but to answer that question, I would say, is he stat padding? I would say yes and no. No, in the sense that, okay, his team's not very talented. He has to have the ball in his hand. He has to do a lot for them offensively in terms of scoring and creating shots for other guys. Because who could you say their second best offensive player? Victor Oladipo, who's a guy who can create for himself, but he's very inconsistent in terms of his shooting. He'll have his moments where he'll make some shots. Every time I think of Victor Oladipo, I think of the dunk on Dwight Howard, which is one of the most vicious dunks this season. But in terms of consistency, it just hasn't been there, and that's been a problem throughout his career. It's a big reason why Orlando traded him to the Oklahoma City Thunder. But back to Westbrook, the loss of Durant left a huge void. You're talking about 30 points. You're talking about a guy in Durant who could create for himself. Now Westbrook is going to have to score more. He's going to have to create more for other guys. So I would say no, because he's essentially he has to put up those numbers. And currently now with the Oklahoma City Thunder at 20-12, I believe, he's been doing a really good job. Now, what I mean by yes is you look at the rebounding numbers. Rebounding numbers, just looking at the games, a lot of it is him really not playing defense off the ball. On the ball, he's better. But off the ball, you can see he sags off. That's why guys are able to get around him. Because his focus is mainly on when does that shot go up so I can get that weak side rebound. That's not to say he doesn't box out or he's not a good rebounder. He's a really good rebounder. But you can see that he plays really laxed off the ball just so he can go and get those rebounds. So that kind of inflates his rebound numbers. And that's one of the few things where I say this team doesn't really lack in that department. They do have some hustle guys like Steven Adams who can go out there and get the rebounds. So, but still, he's averaging double-figure rebounds, so you definitely got to give him credit for that. Another one that I would say he has his moments where he pads in is assisting numbers. There are moments in the game where you can see he's kind of hunting for those assist numbers, so he'll overpass it. Trying to fit it in between multiple defenders, or a really tough pass for the guy who he's passing to, putting him in a high position and or turning the ball over. That's why his turnover numbers are really high if you look at the numbers. And his usage percentage is high because he's dribbling the ball around. He wants to get in the spot so he can attempt to make those passes. And then, like I said, it gives him a lot of turnovers. He's either number one or number two. Him and James Harden, I don't know which guys where, but I know they're 1 and 2. Averaging a little bit over like 5 turnovers, which is really high. Although they're putting up high assist numbers, though, but the turnovers has been a huge minus for both guys this season. Scoring, like I said, I think he has to score. His point production had to go up with the loss of Durant. Like I said, you're losing a lot of points. So his point production is definitely gonna have to go up. In terms of scoring, the one issue I have with him is shooting percentage. He's shooting 42-43%. Percentage has been a little bit better in the last few games, but overall, throughout at this point in the season, his shooting percentage is low. And a lot of because this is the way Westbrook's always been when he forces the issue. But it's not just that. He's a high motor, aggressive player, which a lot of people give him shit for. But it's one thing I'll give him credit for. He's a high motor player. He's going to give 110%, specifically specifically on offense. He's that alpha male type player who demands the ball. But my issue is sometimes when he goes in for different shots, he's off balance. He shoots jumpers. He's not. He shoots jumpers off balance, layups. He goes off the wrong foot. Now he's one of the few guys in the league who can make that. Who can honestly make those types of shots consistently. But even for him, it's still a low percentage shot. And you see him miss a lot of layups that, with this athletic ability and finishing ability at the rim, you would think he will be able to make a lot more. So that hurts his percentage. He goes on 1-on-3 fast breaks and straight into the teeth of the defense, no fear. But he misses a lot of those shots. He makes a lot, but you see the ones that he misses. Instead of just pulling the ball out, but that's just not the type of player he is, and we know that. Also, he tends to bail out the defense with long range shots when he clearly, let's say a team doesn't have a shot blocker in there. He has to get to the rim. So you see him games where he does bail out the defense. He's trying to expand upon his range, shooting threes, because he adds that to his. He adds a consistent 3-point shot to his game. I think he's a good mid-range shooter when he sets his feet and is not off balance. I think he's a very good mid-range shooter, but he's trying to expand upon that to 3-point. I get that, especially when teams are playing for that drive just because of how fast he is. But I think I think it comes mainly down to decision making in terms of going to the basket and what type of moves that he does do. Maybe just those are just his moves, and or what kind of shots he takes from the outside. I think that contributes to his low percentage shooting. But the guy's having an amazing season. I just pointed out a few things that I've seen because he's been getting over. Well, there's a lot of people that don't like Westbrook just because of the way he acts on the floor. I like Westbrook. Like I said, he plays with a high motor. I just wanted to point out some of the things that I did see I have a problem with this game this season, and just answer that question that I've seen people really talk about, about the whole stat padding thing. Like I said, yes and no, and I've already explained that. But if that Thunder team makes the playoffs and he's averaging a triple-double, give that man MVP. I'll be one of those guys to say that. I don't think too many people argue with me. If he averages a triple-double, that Oklahoma City team makes it to the playoffs with the supporting cast he has around him, give that man the MVP trophy. But let me know what you think down in the comment section about Westbrook's season. Of course, the question that I posed in this video. Let me know down in the comment section what you think. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Thanks for watching.